Hi everyone, Sarah here from Running Shoes Guru. Today we're taking a look at the Garmin 45, a GPS sports watch from Garmin. It's entry-level priced, super appealable to loads of runners out there who want to add a bit of technology, get a bit more data on their runs. We absolutely loved it, and this is why. We buy all the stuff ourselves, we don't get sent freebies. If you like our videos, please click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Add any comments in the comment section below, and it means we can continue to do our unbiased, honest, independent reviews. The Garmin 45 is an affordable, great GPS sports watch for every runner out there. It comes at a decent price and has loads of options. Next to the general functions such as GPS, speed, pace, wrist heart monitor, it also has an activity tracker. It measures your VO2 max, it's got a colour screen and it connects to your phone and has incident detection and also shows messages that are coming up. Design wise, it looks like your typical sports watch. It's completely updated from the Garmin 35. It's got a more round, sort of fashionable, stylish design. It comes in two sizes, so 42mm and 39mm. However, the size of the screen does remain the same, so it's just what you prefer on your wrist when it comes to those. The watch itself looks great. You can definitely tell it's a sports watch. It's not a lifestyle watch, but it's not as big and bulky as some other sports watches out there. Fit quite comfortably on my wrist. It didn't move around too much. The strap, I'm not a big fan of the red strap, but it does its job to keep it in there and keep it in place on a run. It doesn't like flap around or move around. You don't really notice it's there that much. The wristband, you can't actually change that, and I think that's something that will hopefully change moving forwards. It's not to everyone's taste. It is a little bit low budget, but it works just fine. It's definitely function over fashion there. It's got 5 buttons on the outside, all physical buttons, there's no touch screen, and they're all labelled what they do as well. We'll come on to that, but it makes it super clear, super easy to use the watch straight away. They're in exactly the same position as the buttons on other Garmin, so if it's simply an upgrade for you, then you can use it out the box straight away just to set up a few things and connect it with your app. So the design of the watch on the face, you can customise it with what you want on there and also change the look of it. The display was really good. In the sun and both inside, you can see it really clearly. You can press a button for the backlight or have it on automatically, but it's super clear, didn't have any problems there when I was using that. A full list of sensors on the watch include GPS, a wrist heart rate monitor, option to connect it to an external heart rate monitor, so for example a MyZone belt which I use, that comes through and gives you a more accurate heart rate reading, an accelerometer to tell you what pace you're going at, and a gyroscope cadence tracker as well. And all this information is fed back into the app so you can review it after your run. To charge the watch, you simply connect the USB lead either directly to the wall or into a plug, and it clicks into the back of the watch. It takes about an hour to charge and lasted about 5 days, doing a couple of runs and just using it every day for steps, sleep, and the stopwatch. So pretty good for battery life, didn't have any concerns there. There's 5 physical buttons, no touch screen, so just to review what they do. The top left button is just the light, you can turn it on and off. If you hold it a little bit longer, it goes to the main menu which connects with your phone or syncs with the app. It doesn't automatically sync, or I didn't find it did anyway. You just have to click to sync it on the main menu. Middle left is to scroll and go onto the settings. Lower left is just down to scroll and enter the activity menu. If it's connected to your phone, it can operate the music on your phone, for example. Upper right is to get onto the menu to start activities, so start a run, cycling for example, and then back is just to go back or to stop the activities. So to start an activity, so to go on a run, you just press the upper right button, it says run, and then you press start. So it vibrates, it's really easy to see that you've started it. It also gives really large, clear display when you're using it. You can only display 3 things at a time, which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity. On the 245 you can have 4 different things, so you might want time, distance, pace and heart rate, and you can only have 3 of those on this watch. You can also press the lower right button to mark laps if you're going around a park, for example, and want to record how fast you're doing each lap. Weight wise, it's the lightest sports watch that we have reviewed. It comes in at 36 grams and it feels pretty light on the wrist. I sort of forgot I was wearing it. It doesn't rub or feel uncomfortable, no problems with the plastic on it there at all. I found the watch to be accurate when it came to distance and obviously time when you're running. I was running on a treadmill and it asks you to sync the distance you've run that the watch reads with the treadmill, just to check they're the same, and it was, which was great. The only thing I found not to be accurate is the sleep tracker. Same when I was wearing the Garmin 245, I think it's a Garmin problem, but it tells you slept for a lot longer than you actually have. So if you're lying in bed, it tells you you're asleep. If you're awake, when you wake up in the morning but don't get straight out of bed, it doesn't really register that you've woken up until you physically start walking around. So if that's something that you look at, if you're interested in, it can be a little bit frustrating. So when it comes to accuracy of distance, pace and the activity you've done, we found the accuracy to be really good on the flat. However, going over trails, so where there's any elevation, it was completely off. So that was a little bit annoying and a bit of a flaw when it came to accuracy. So one really great thing about the Garmin 45, especially if you're just starting out with running, is the Garmin Training app. You put in your distance that you want to run, how fast you want to run it, and it gives you the option of 3 different coaches. It gives you a training plan and syncs to your watch with when you should be running to give you reminders of when you should be going out. It's also got an emergency option, so you can warn someone in an emergency. You have to be connected to your phone to do this, and also there's live tracking so they can see where you are, but again you need to be connected to your phone, have your phone out with you on a run, and I think most phones do that nowadays anyway. It's definitely just a sports watch and not a smartwatch. You have to have your phone with you to use all those functions, but if you don't want to get your phone out to see a message, for example, it will tell you on the watch that you've got a message and who it's from. So once you've got a Garmin, the first thing you need to do is download the Garmin Connect app onto your phone. So that's how you set up the phone and how you can view all the data from after your run. There's some data on the watch that comes through, but loads more detail if you go onto the app on your phone once you've synced it, so either with Wi-Fi or with Bluetooth. In the app there's several functions and it gives you a complete analysis of the run of all your activities. Not as much detail, it only shows you the last 4 hours when you're on the watch, so just good to go onto your phone to see it a bit more clearly and in a bit more detail there. You can also connect to other apps such as Strava or Apple Health, and it automatically syncs over Bluetooth as soon as you finish the activity. You can also pick the option to have your watch always connected to your phone or not. If you do it manually, it saves the battery life, so it will go down faster if you're automatically syncing, but otherwise the watch is connected to your phone during the day, and you'll also get messages through on that as well. The Garmin Connect app gives you really good insight on the route, pace, heart rate, cadence, and it shows you where you are going your fastest, where you use your most energy, for example, so you can review that and look at that data anytime in the future. You can use the Garmin 45 for cycling. It works in the same way as if you're going out for a run, with the pace, distance, all that, for example. Other features, it includes your stress levels on the body battery. So I found this one super interesting as more of like a lifestyle watch. It will tell you when your body battery is running low, so to get some sleep, to recharge, to take a little break from exercise. It's also great for monitoring your heart rate, the steps you take during the day, general calories burnt, sleep, distance you've walked, total activity time. So it definitely encourages you to be a little bit more active if that's what you want out of the watch. In the app you can take a look at the daily outcome. You can also have it on the home screen or scroll through as well, and it's giving you sort of like feedback based on how you're doing and comparing it to previous days, so a great little bit of motivation there for you. The watch itself shows a small graph from the last 4 hours for these activities, They're quite small, but you can see the peaks if that's what you want to look at, and it also goes into a lot more detail on the Garmin Connect app. So overall, I really enjoyed using the Garmin Forerunner 45 to track my activity, and especially for runs, found it really useful just to gaze down and see my current pace, much easier than having it on your phone. For the price, you get a lot of watch for your money. It's really sturdy, it'll see you through several training runs, several races as well. Compared to others, I just prefer the Garmin 245, so it's a bit more expensive, but the added option of having your music on it as well was a big hit for me. It's a bit of a missed opportunity that you can't track swimming if you're into triathlons, and there's limited information you can have on the screen, being limited to 3 things. I just wanted to see a little bit more. If you're a more advanced elite runner, the training options that you see afterwards on the watch are great. So overall, really positive, great value for money. That's all for today. I'm Sarah, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos from us. Thanks, bye.